Breaking news, Justin Baldoni just got a big win, meaning Blake Lively got a big loss.
Also, the judge in Blake Lively's case just slapped down their psychopathic request.
I mean, I gotta ask, are her lawyers dumb? Like, what's happening? Why do they keep making these mistakes and fumbling the ball like this?
Justin Baldoni just scored his third major court victory, and the fallout has left Blake Lively in full-blown panic mode. So, what went down in court this time? And why is Blake scrambling for damage control? This time, she tried to get access to Justin's personal phone records, texts, and calls, digging for any dirt she could find. But the judge? Oh, he wasn't having it. In a ruling that had Justin's legal team celebrating, the court flat out denied Blake's demands, calling them overly intrusive and unnecessary. And now, the panic is setting in.
Team Blake was trying to basically ask for like 2.5 years worth of cell phone records, everything, location, all this data. Listen, it's ridiculous that you're asking for all this stuff because you're asking for 2.5 years, but you claim the retaliation started in August of this summer. So why on earth would you need all that time?
Blake and her team thought they had a winning strategy. Go after Justin's call logs, emails, and private messages to prove he was behind some elaborate smear campaign against her. They sent subpoenas to AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, the biggest phone companies handling almost everyone's calls and texts, demanding years' worth of records. But the judge wasn't buying it. He ruled that her request was nothing more than a fishing expedition, a desperate attempt to find something incriminating, whether it existed or not. The court slammed the request as an unnecessary invasion of privacy and refused to grant it.
Yes, Baldoni, you're right. We have squashed the subpoena. The reach was too big, and therefore they agreed that the ruling, they squashed the extent to seek the phone records of Wayfair. The ruling is without prejudice. Live parties, several modified subpoena.
This ruling is a huge win for Justin, who has been fighting hard to clear his name. But for Blake, it's yet another courtroom humiliation. And with each loss, her case is crumbling right before our eyes. U.S. District Judge Louis Lehman didn't hold back in his ruling. He made it crystal clear that Blake had no solid reason to demand Justin's phone records. In a 6-page decision, the judge stated, "Even without content, phone records can reveal highly sensitive information, including contacts with doctors, psychologists, and personal acquaintances. The plaintiff has not justified such an extensive and intrusive request."
The court said that could include therapists, doctors, friends, colleagues, business people. It's way too broad. And so what he did is he sent him back to the drawing board and said, you gotta go meet and confer again. You could serve a more narrowly tailored subpoena, but you haven't done it here.
Let me translate in simpler words. Blake's fishing trip is over. Justin's attorney, Brian Fredman, didn't waste any time celebrating this massive victory. In a statement, he said, "The court put a stop to Miss Lively's egregious attempt to invade our client's privacy. This is a big win and further proves that her claims are baseless." And he's not wrong. This is now Justin's third major court victory, and every single time, Blake's claims keep falling apart. After yet another embarrassing legal loss, Blake's team is scrambling. Instead of accepting defeat, they're doubling down, now questioning why Justin is so against handing over his records. No changes were made other than correcting grammar and punctuation.
I think what's going on is they're trying to see how far they can go with this judge and how much he will cap them. I think, Andy, you brought up a good point earlier, which is that you don't know what's out there, right? You don't know what the universe of information that's out there. So you're going to go ahead and try to cast a wide net at the beginning. And sometimes you get a judge who says, I'm going to let you cast a very wide net, never as wide as they ask for, which is everybody. But they're going to let you cast a wide net. So I think they were hoping that maybe this judge was going to be somebody who would give them broad latitude, and maybe they were testing the boundaries.
A spokesperson for Blake fired back, saying, "What is Brian Fredman trying to hide? He promised to release all the receipts, but then went to court to keep the phone records secret. The records that show who Baldoni and his associates were calling during their alleged retaliation campaign. They feel so entitled that they think it's okay to ask for 2.5 years of calling history." The spokesperson continued, "Instead of getting these records directly from the phone companies, as we first requested, the judge ruled that we can get them if we submit more specific requests. Today, we're doing exactly that. We're sending those requests directly to the defendants involved, and we're looking forward to finally seeing those records. It's clear Blake isn't backing down. Well, it seems she doesn't have any choice." but to dig something up to make her case stronger. So when the judge denied Blake access to Justin's phone records, guess what she did? She hired former CIA Deputy Chief of Staff Nick Shapiro to handle her PR crisis. She knows that time is ticking, and she needs something on Justin to show the judge and the public to save her own reputation.
She's quietly working with Nick Shapiro, the CIA's former Deputy Chief of Staff and Senior Advisor to former Director John Brennan. So this guy, high up, just about as high up as you could possibly get if he is the Deputy Chief of Staff. That, my friends, is exactly why Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have hired him, because he has proven that he is willing to lie without flinching, that he will straight up lie to protect his clients, he will lie to gaslight the public, and he has proven successful under that model.
Now, Taylor Swift, who used to be Blake Lively's best friend, has been pulled into the drama. Sources close to the case say that Justin's team is preparing a list of possible witnesses who might be subpoenaed, and Taylor's name keeps coming up.
I want to talk about this so we all understand sort of the rights, because clearly Justin's team is going to be out there trying to subpoena Taylor Swift, right? And everybody else that's involved in this case.
Remember, Taylor has publicly stood by Blake's side. There are speculations that Taylor even quietly funded legal efforts behind the scenes. Now, Justin's legal team might argue that she played a role in shaping the public narrative against him. Legal experts say it wouldn't be shocking if Swift was subpoenaed for communication records, emails, or even testimony regarding what she knew and when she knew it.
You are going to depose Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift, who else?
You know, anyone that reasonably has information that can be, you know, that can provide evidence in this case is going to be deposed.
That's Taylor Swift. She was there for that meeting.
She was there for that meeting.
Okay, well, I'm a lawyer. I know what that means.
But here's the question. Will she fight it? Insiders say she absolutely will. Taylor has spent years keeping her legal battles private, and she's not about to let this one pull her in. But if the court deems her a key witness, she might not have much of a choice. Blake's latest loss hasn't gone unnoticed. Reputable magazines like The Hollywood Reporter and Variety have covered the case extensively, with many in the industry now questioning whether Blake has anything substantial left to fight with. The Hollywood Reporter's latest cover story painted Blake as a desperate actress grasping at straws. It didn't take long for her team to slam the magazine, calling it sexist and degrading. Blake's rep went on the attack, saying, "The portrayal of Miss Lively in this lawsuit is disgusting and full of sexist tropes. This kind of coverage is exactly why so many women fear coming forward." Meanwhile, Justin has kept quiet, letting his legal team and the court rulings do all the talking, because he's already done most of the work gathering all the receipts he needs. However, earlier this month, Baldoni admitted that he had been struggling emotionally and dealing with anxiety after an incredibly stressful year. His attorney also revealed that the ongoing legal battle has left him both financially and emotionally devastated, painting a stark picture of the toll this fight has taken on him. And it's not just his mental health that's taken a hit. His career has suffered too. Sources close to Baldoni claim that the lawsuit has severely impacted his professional opportunities. Reports indicate that he has lost 3 major jobs due to the ongoing legal drama, with potential earnings in the hundreds of millions of dollars now slipping away. Meanwhile, Blake Lively isn't faring much better. Her legal team has argued that the lawsuit has also affected her career, claiming that the controversy cost her a hosting gig on Saturday Night Live. At this point, it's clear this lawsuit isn't just a PR nightmare. It's turning into a career killer for both stars. Despite Blake's legal setbacks, this case isn't over yet. But honestly, 3 major court losses in a row? That's not a good sign for Blake. If she keeps going down this path, she might not just lose the case. She could lose her reputation entirely. One thing's for sure, Hollywood is watching, and we'll be right here bringing you every juicy detail as this drama unfolds. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned.